This video is sponsored by the Scrapping Cottage, where cottage cuts are always blooming. Hey everybody, it's Janet with Sugarshine Designs and welcome. I'm here for CottageCutz today to show you this cute die cut that I put together for you. It's a set. And I want to show you first a little bit about this base card. It's called a middle step card because the middle part pops up, and then when you lay it flat, it mails very nicely because it all collapses. The card base instructions can be found from Lois, one of our design team members. I'll post a link to that in the video description, but I've also recorded a video of how to make this card base, and you'll find that in the link in the top right corner of your screen. So this is the package for Nurse Puppy, and there's a cute dog as well as 7 other elements. There are 38 pieces in all of this set here, not including the Feel Better sentiment up on top that I cut separately. But let's look at it. We've got an RX bottle here, a prescription bottle, the ice bag, very cute, a Band-Aid. There's a very detailed old-fashioned thermometer here, and it's got 2 tiny little pieces for each end to help make that more realistic. Then we've got the stethoscope, and we've got a syringe and all the elements of the syringe, plus all of the elements for the dog. Now, I didn't even mention it, but there's one more, which is the nurse's cap. You can kind of see it there in the upper left side. So all these pieces I've cut out in white, and then I colored them with Spectrum Noir markers. In this video, I'm going to show you how I put together all the little elements. And so before we start, here they are again, all the pieces. There's 7 pieces plus the puppy, but I'm going to start with puppy construction. So let's take a look at those pieces and how I put it together. The first thing to do is to put on the mouth or the muzzle part. But before I even start with that, I need to say that I took all these pieces before I cut them and attached to the back of it some stick-it adhesive sheets, so that then when I cut it out, I could peel off the backing and create a sticker more or less. Now with the muzzle, there is a little tiny tongue that I had colored red, and at first there I inserted it upside down, or backwards actually. But this is one of the things about the CottageCutz dies. I mean, it's made so the tongue can peek through the mouth, and it just makes it so cute. There are other little peeking elements like these paws, and so to handle that, I colored the paw part, the pads of the paws, in the main die cut a different color than the rest of the dog's fur, so that way you get a little bit of a darker pad compared to the rest of the foot, which is yet another different color. It matches the muzzle, but then it allows those darker colors to peek through. So I really like that. Now here are the paws, and again, because I had the adhesive on there, I just peeled that off, or actually it came off by itself when I took it off of the sticky pad. But here I'm just pulling those off and sticking them on correctly. Now you have to pay attention, because like that one, I first was going to put upside down. So the lines and everything on the main die really help you figure out what you need to do and where to put it. Next, we've got 2 ears, and these I also colored again, Spectrum Noir. I mean, I guess I should quit saying that because all of them were white and I colored them. And so I did attempt to color and do some shading on all these pieces. And on the ears, you can see that I shaded just the edges, or just the edges of the ears, so that they would stand out a little bit. Now here's his nose, and I almost put that on backwards as well, or upside down. Obviously it looks a lot better when you put it right side up. So if you're not sure, go ahead and use the packaging to guide you as to where to place or how to place the little individual elements, because sometimes you get confused, and I got confused there. And then the last little thing on this doggy is his cute little eyebrows. I mean, it really makes his face really special. And so there you have it. There's the doggy. Next, I'm going to move on to the prescription bottle, and we'll show you how I put that together. This is much simpler. There are only 4 pieces to this, which again I colored and highlighted. And then I peeled off my backing and just start placing them. So first we have the label, and you'll notice that I didn't color the whole bottle because I knew the label was going to go there, and it just seemed like a waste of time. So I didn't color the whole thing. And then here is the little jar lid, or the bottle lid. Bottle top, maybe that's the right way to say it. Anyway. And then finally we have the red RX symbol that's going to go on the label. So this makes a really cute prescription bottle, and you could use this, I was thinking, by itself as another card element, and if you punched out some circles, you could have little pills to go with it. Could be very cute. Here's the syringe construction. Now this is very, very detailed. It has all these little lines on it to indicate the measurement on the syringe. And then we've got this tiny little needle that goes in the end that's got the widened part of the needle, just like a real one does. And to help bring out, you know, all those little marks on the syringe, I did use some gray, some lighter gray Spectrum Noir to shade that and help them pop out a little bit more. I did that on the thermometer as well. Now you have the additional pieces of the syringe, the plunger, and then the edge of the syringe, or the end of the syringe. And so this is covered with using 2 other additional pieces, and I colored these in gray as well. So there's the cute little syringe. So detailed. I mean, look at that. That's pretty detailed, let's face it. Now there are 4 more pieces that go with the syringe. These are these little tiny droplets that represent medication squirting out the end of the needle here. All right, so let's go on now to the ice bag construction. This is much simpler with only 2 little pieces. We have the cute little ice bag itself, and then there's a little top, which represents the screw top that you would open up to put your ice in. And even the screw top has all the little marks like you would expect to see in a screw top. I mean, again, the detail here is just so good. There is no doubt when you look at this what that item is when you put them together like that. Okay, next is this cute little band-aid. Again, very simple. The die cut does most of the work for you. The band-aid is just precious. I've never seen such a good die cut for a band-aid. I really haven't. I'll be using this in many different places. But then it's got this cute little tiny heart there to put on it. So adorable. So on now to the nurse's cap construction. This is also pretty simple. It's just 2 little pieces. The main cap, which is recognizable, and then the red cross, which goes on it in the middle of it. These 2 pieces are very recognizable when you cut out the die cut, but still I hope it helps you to see how the pieces go together and which pieces go where. The next one is a stethoscope construction. Well, this is a little bit more complicated. Again, you've got 3 main pieces to it. There's this little dollop at the end there in the blue. That's a separate piece. I apologize. I put that on for some reason before I even started. And I shouldn't have done that, but there's a tiny little circle with a little bit of a edge at the top of one of the circles, and that is what the stethoscope bottom is. Now you'll see me almost put that on wrong, but I straightened it out at the last minute and got it to fit right. So there you go, the 3-piece little stethoscope, and he's so cute. That just hangs on his neck so cutely. It's just adorable. All right, last is the thermometer construction. Now the thermometer is not hard. It's only 3 pieces, but the hard part is it's got 2 teensy weensy pieces. One goes at the bottom, which is red, and then there's the tip, which would be the silver part of the old-fashioned type thermometer. There's 2 ways you can handle such teeny little pieces. Of course, you can use a marker like I just did for the red bottom of that, but you can also, of course, use the tiny little pieces of cardstock that you've cut out with your die. So in this instance, I did both so you could see both methods, but I could have easily colored this tip with silver or that gray color marker as well. So before I go, I want to take one more look at all the pieces of this die, and thank you for coming along with me today. Check out the Nurse Puppy, that's the name of the die, in the store, and I'll see you soon. Bye!